Hi guys, this is Bobby Douglas. Welcome to the first full game breakdown of the 2021 NBA draft cycle. I am so thrilled to finally be able to do these. Today, as the inaugural version, I thought we would look at the most fun and most entertaining player in the NBA draft this year, and that is Sharife Cooper, the 6'1", give or take 2 inches downwards. But, Sharife Cooper, very small but electrifying point guard. Struggles to shoot it, but he's just an absolutely gifted passer. Probably one of the best in the draft class. So I'm really excited to watch his film today and go through this game in which they played Ole Miss. And Cooper is going to finish with 15 points, 14 assists, and 6 turnovers. And he played 40 minutes. This game did go into overtime. So part 1 will be the first half. Second part will be the second half and overtime. So here we go. Here's Sharife Cooper. He's going to be number 2 in white. And let's get right into it. So again, Cooper only played 12 games this year, and again, there's a lot of holes in terms of his evaluation. Just because I'll give it to his head right here, but you can see him working on the ball right now. He has to be hidden a lot defensively. You'll see it later in the game, but Auburn will go to like a 1-3-1 zone. They'll put Cooper in the middle of the floor, and he'll basically be hidden defensively. He doesn't. It's not like he doesn't give effort. It's just like his stature is just really a killer on that end. He'll on the perimeter though. He'll go for steals. He'll do stuff like that. And you can see right there the lack of length and lack of height hurts him. Turns it over right there into a simple trap, and it's going to lead to a layup opportunity for Ole Miss, but they don't finish. But yeah, just overall, his size is going to hurt him in terms of an NBA ceiling, in my view. A lot of people have him in like the lottery. I have him closer to the fringe first, early second round. If you watch my big board video, you'll know I have him ranked 30th right now. And here he is with the ball. I think that's Devontae Shuler guarding him, who is a very good SEC player for them. And here he is with the ball in his hands. So again, right there, just a very simple pass. I'll rewind it. So you can see it right here. So right now, you're going to see he's going to hit this roll man right here. And look where his eyes are at the floor right now. And I'll play it right here. He's just going to deliver this on a dime to JT Thor, I believe that is, for an easy turnaround post shot. And again, that's the type of vision that Cooper really possesses. And again, if he were 6'5" and had this passing vision, he'd be in my top 10, I would say. But just the combination of size, the lack of size, and then overall just the lack of shooting is just kind of a killer for me in terms of his NBA draft stock. All that said, though, you can see right there, really bad gamble. It's going to lead to a scramble situation for Auburn, or for Ole Miss, and that leads to a 3. I'll rewind it here. So you can see right here, so this guy is in the post right here. Cooper's going to dive down unnecessarily. He's going to leave his guy wide open at the 3-point line. This guy has to come up and help recover, and it's going to lead to a wide open 3 for him. So we'll watch it again. So you can see here's Cooper on the dive, totally unnecessary. And again, this guy's to slide up, and there's going to be an open 3 that they hit. So again, just little things like that. Overall, his effort and intensity is good defensively, but I wouldn't say he's a good defender just because the lack of size sometimes doesn't pay attention on that end. But I think he's a very hardworking player, and again, you can kind of tell he only played with Auburn for 12 games this year, but every single game he was running the show, and all of his teammates pretty much seem to buy into his talent and leadership. So I think that goes a long way for me. But overall, just defensively, he's going to be a liability. There's really no other way to slice it. No foul here, and we're in transition. And Cooper's going to pick up his man on the weak side of the floor. So right there, again, a little bit lost. He's talking, though, defensively. Let's see him in transition here. Again, he's really good in transition. I love how he always has his eyes up the floor. And right there, that's just a walk-in 3 for Allen Flanigan. Probably didn't need that second dribble. But, I do like how Cooper's always looking to find open teammates. And the thing is, you'll see it later in the game, but when Cooper calls for the ball, he's calling for the ball to get a teammate the ball. Whereas other people will call for the ball if they're open. Cooper calls for the ball if a teammate is open. So I think that's a pretty interesting fact that I've noticed about him and just his overall work ethic, his mindset. So I think there is a lot of positive traits for me to work with. And we got a foul here, so I'll skip ahead. And so yeah, here we go on the ball. So you see Ole Miss is kind of in this 1-3-1, and again, it's just kind of using that length to kind of stymie Cooper. But you can see right now he's looking for that alley-oop pass, and I think he's going to hit it. See what he does here. Yep, right there. Really good look off. Let's rewind that, okay? So look at how he wants the ball right now because he sees this guy is wide open, right? So he's gonna there's a skip pass right here, immediately right there. And you can see Devontae Shuler is caught in no man's land where he kind of has to zone up between JT Thor and this rim runner. And Cooper immediately, the second he catches the ball, it's going to be a wide open alley-oop dunk. And yeah, good ball fake right there. Easy layup. So many times Cooper will just have these incredible alley-oop passes. There was one against Georgia where he just threw a left-handed off the move, just dime for a dunk and just things like that. So just his gravity as a passer is really good. It just would be tremendous with a shot. Right now, Cooper's only shooting 29% from three, or he only shot 29% from three for the season. And so, or actually, no, excuse me, he shot 23% from three for the year. So that's very worrisome. And again, without this shot, I really don't see a great NBA future for him. But if he can develop that shot, we'll see him shoot a little bit in this game. But if he can develop that shot, he can definitely be a point guard in the NBA because he definitely has the IQ and the passing vision to do so. We got a layup. It was a high-low action that Cooper initiated. And so here he is defensively. And again, you can see he moves his feet pretty well. He has active hands. He averaged about a steal a game, but a lot of times he'll force turnovers, try and get his hands into passing lanes, things like that, as we saw right there. And again, right there, really good weak side pass. And so a lot of these people can't make this pass. So he's going to see JT Thor in the corner here. And Cooper just kind of has eyes in the back of his head. And he's going to take on this hedge from the defender. And he's just going to, drop step out and fire a missile over to JT Thor. So we'll watch it again here. And again, right there, just sees it and delivers a really good pass. And that's the type of playmaking and vision you're getting with Sharife Cooper. And that's clearly his most valuable skill as an NBA prospect. So that's what he does here. Again, he's got a pretty good handle. And you can see right there, kind of gets bothered by size. Good decision to kick it out. I'm not really sure how much he wanted to do that. And so he's going to knock down a three here. This game he actually shot very well from three. I think he was 3 of 8 from three, which is 15 points better than his regular season percentage. And off the catch, you can see it's a little bit stiff, so we'll see it. And so here he is. I'm circling him right now, and you can see it's almost kind of like a catapult in a way. So I think he definitely needs to work on that fluidity off the dribble as well. But just really just kind of hone down those mechanics, tighten it up, and you can see right there, really good effort. And that's why Auburn really loved him. Like, we got called for a travel. That's bullshit. But, he's diving on the floor. He's getting his hands active into the defender. He's not the biggest guy, but he plays with a lot of heart. And so it's just a very, very good overall. Just the intangibles are all there. So there's a lot to like with him. It's just, the size limitations and things like that are going to be tough to overcome. You can see right there we got Ole Miss ball here. Cooper not really involved on that play. And here he is. And you can see he notices that there's an Ole Miss guy on the other end. And just a really smart, heady play, knowing to attack that transition. Ole Miss only has 4 guys back. And Cooper, you could see his eyes kind of light up. So like right there, you could tell that he just kind of knows. And then he just accelerates right there. He's pretty quick for his size, pretty shifty. He's tough to contain unless you have length, then he kind of struggles. But right there, a really good transition move. And free throws, the reason why I'm a little bit more optimistic on his shot is because he did shoot 83% from the free throw line this year. So he can make free throws, which I think translates to 3-point success in the NBA. The problem is, it's just the shot itself. The mechanics I just don't think are there. And I think he really needs to work on not leaning back with his upper half before shooting. I think that's a key thing for him. Just kind of lean a little bit more forward. I think it probably developed as a habit, trying to not get his shot blocked. Just trying to give himself a little bit more space. But now you're at the point where it's like you should be able to get your shot off without having to do that. See right there, he kind of got caught in the air. It was a good stunt. We'll rewind it here. So it's a good stunt initially, but then on the recovery, he jumps, and that totally disrupts the entire defense for Auburn right here. And that's another thing, too. He's pretty undisciplined defensively. We saw it earlier with the unnecessary dig down from the weak side, and we're going to see it again right here. So again, right there, good stunt, but he jumps in the air. I actually paused it at a perfect time. So the second Sharife jumps, his man is immediately cutting to the corner, and bang, it's going to be a wide open mid-range jumper. So just little things like that. I think he does have the effort, though, and the willingness to be coached, so I think he'll get better on that end. Let's see what he does here. He's going to get a high ball screen. You can see Ole Miss is already icing this. They just want to disrupt him. And again, right there, smart, heady play. He's going to knock down that three, and I think this was a little bit more apparent, but you'll see it there. It's almost, he doesn't get a lot of elevation on that shot. He's basically on the ground when he's shooting, and again, it's like a catapult in a way. So I think he's going to have a difficult time getting it off against NBA defenders and NBA length. But again, it went in here, and he did show like a willingness to shoot. That wasn't really an issue for him. So I don't think confidence is as much of an issue as it just is just mechanics and repetition, really. Nonetheless, though, good shot there. So again, Auburn's icing this ball screen. They're in man, and Cooper, good job riding him into the paint, and ultimately it leads to a turnover. And we got a charge right here. And we're back in here. So Cooper's going to take point of attack. I guess it's a decent contest. I don't know what you're really going to do. And again, I alluded to this earlier, but he's 6'1" listed. I would say he's probably 5'11". So again, right there, he's kind of putting his defender on stake. Yeah, so right there, you can tell he's kind of doing a little bit too much for his own good. That's a tendency he does have at times. His handle is good when it's in control, but a lot of times he'll just kind of outwork himself and he'll break his own ankles in a sense. So he definitely needs to work on that. Being stronger with the ball in the paint, I think, will be a major factor for him because he's going to have to be some sort of a scoring threat in the NBA. And so right now it's just kind of tough to see that in his college film. So again, here's Cooper setting up the offense. So it looks like Ole Miss is in a 2-3 right now. So Cooper does a good job getting the ball into the middle. And he wanted to cut, but it looks like Schuler kind of bodied him. He obviously needs to get stronger too. We got a nice putback lay-in. So Cooper has to follow Devontae Schuler here. And here he is. Good job avoiding the screen, but he kind of got hung up by it and provided little resistance on that floater. Again, he avoided the screen well. He could kind of maneuver himself in a variety of ways, but it's just going to come down to just ability to just take a hit. Meanwhile, though, he had an awesome pass right here. We'll see it right here. He's going to come off this ball screen right here, and he's going to spin around and fire a dart to the corner. Going to lead to a missed shot, but again, just that vision is absolutely there. Like, that's very special. A lot of guys, especially his size, will get overwhelmed with the length and not be able to see passes or potential open teammates. That's not really an issue with Cooper. For me, it's more just how the length impacts his scoring and overall efficiency. But in terms of passing vision, I think Cooper has elite skills in that department. So Cooper not facing the ball right there. Good job recovering, though, and taking the charge. And Cooper is out until... There's another replay to charge. So Cooper back in here. We got, I think, a review going on. Or bloody lip. So good job coming off that ball screen. And again, that's more of what Sharife Cooper's shot looks like in terms of results. At least he is showing a comfortability, though, kind of just like coming off of ball screens and rising and firing once he gets that space. Because his passing gravity will open up some shots for him. So it's just a matter of just kind of honing those skills. Good job riding his man right there. Saying it's hatched. And they got a foul call. I'm not really sure about that one. Looks like we're going to get a 5-second call, turnover, or something. We got a push. Ooh, I don't know about that. So again, you can see now Auburn's in this zone, right? They actually went to a man there, I think, but actually no, they're in a man right now. But you can see a little bit with the zone. They're trying to hide Cooper defensively. But you can see right now, that's a good contest. Maybe got away with a foul, but like if you're small like that, you could kind of get into a guy's chest and the refs won't call it. And you can see him coming down the floor right now. Eyes are always up. Really good pass to the corner right there. And again, his eyes are always up. That's like the key thing. A lot of these guys get tunnel vision, especially when they're kind of like the top dog on their college team. Cooper's always looking to set up opponents or set up teammates, and I think that's a really, really underrated quality, just the willingness to pass. So many guys say they have that, but they really don't. Cooper is actively looking for open teammates, and you can see right there another alley-oop opportunity. I don't know if the pass was off there. We'll watch it again here. But you can see, Ole Miss is in kind of that like flat three zone right now, and Cooper is way too good of a passer to not tag this dunker spot guy. It looks like just a mistimed jump. That needs to be a finish, though. Sharife took a pretty decent lick right there. So we got Cooper moving. And again, Ole Miss is in this 2-3, so you're just kind of trying to poke and prod and see if you could get the ball into the middle of the floor. Not much really going on that possession. So let's see. And notice, like, whenever there's a rebound for Auburn defensively, it's always going to Cooper, right? His teammates just know, get Sharife Cooper the ball and they'll find it, and he'll find you. So that's an underrated thing too, where it's just like his teammates want Sharife with the ball in his hands, so that way, because they know that leads to an open shot for them. And again, like only playing 12 games, it's rare to establish that type of leadership and chemistry, and that definitely knocked Cooper up a few spots on my board when I was crafting my first big board of this year. Again, you can see right there, and Cooper's leading the break again. Again, eyes are always up, looking for an open teammate. Let's see how they attack the zone here. Good shot fake. Gave up his dribble a little bit too early there. Got a blocked shot, and we're going to stay with Auburn here. Right there, that's type of passes that he needs to kind of just, slow down on. That clearly wasn't there. The Ole Miss defender was right there with the Auburn dunker. And so that's just the type of passes that he needs to cut back on. He was a turnover machine for Auburn. Like I rave about his passing vision and all that stuff. He averaged 8 assists per game, but he also averaged like 4 turnovers. And right there, you gotta take the good with the bad right there. Another really good pass. And again, watch how quick this decision is made too. I think it's one dribble and then immediately. Again, Ole Miss keeps playing this flat three in the back and it's just inviting alley-oops, and we're gonna see one again right there. So again, good job on Cooper for recognizing that, and Ole Miss really needs to shift their coverage defensively. But I'm not a coach, so what do I know? See right there, he's kind of just getting a little bit bodied on these screens. Good job fighting through, though. Similar story, like efforts there. Attention maybe is lacking at times, and just overall upside on that end is definitely low. And there's a replay of that alley-oop. And again, just really good job just kind of just cutting into the zone, getting that penetration. And once you get initial penetration on the zone, it becomes so much easier to exploit. And Cooper does a really good job recognizing it on that possession and just immediately finding his open teammate. So we got Ole Miss is back into a man, so they switch it up here. Looks like Cooper got hit in the eye, and we're going to get a pause here. So my guess is that... Oh, no, they didn't review it. Wow. Rarity for SEC officials. If you guys remember from last year, I was always on SEC officials, just could not stand them. And so right there, so Cooper's going to miss this shot, and again, you can just tell the length bothers him. He's not really an explosive athlete either. So just finishing around the rim, he's going to be a below the rim type of guy, and so that's just really hard to succeed in the NBA. We'll see it here again. You can see just the length bothers him. He kind of has to force it over two guys, and it's just going to be tough. And again, that also is probably one of the reasons why he only shot 39% from the floor this year. So obviously that's a really bad number. But he was pretty much given the keys to Auburn's entire team. And he still averaged 20 a game on 39% shooting. Pretty sure you could have gotten more efficient production elsewhere, but alas, So right there, Cooper's kind of, complaining to the refs, loses his guy on the switch, and just kind of like one of those things. He needs to be a little bit more careful there. We got a turnover, foul, something. Pretty quick first half in terms of fouls. We haven't gotten a lot of them, which is good. Cooper with the ball again. That's certainly a look. God, Auburn's such an athletic team. If Cooper had come back for his sophomore year, I would have put them in my Final Four. They were so much fun to watch when he was out there. And he got screwed with like the eligibility stuff, and then he got injured. So kind of a tough season for him, but in the games he did play, he was really exciting to watch, and he made Auburn like a watchable team, which they honestly weren't without him. They had some interesting players. JT Thor is one of them. I know some people have him in the first round. And then obviously Alan Flanagan as well. So again, Cooper kind of just caught ball watching there a little bit. Good job recovering though. But again, it just takes him so much extra effort to just keep in front of his opponent. You can see right there, he has to commit like with 2 feet, and a more polished offensive player there is just going to cross him up the second that happens. And so he definitely needs to work on his like fundamentals and being able to cover more ground. So yeah, but that's just kind of like one of those things. Again, his height and size really limits him there. Good job with a flat ball screen right there. That's just a ridiculous pass, and it's going to be a miss. Let's rewatch that pass though. So again, he's going to come up to score. I think it's going to be come up the floor. 44 is going to set a flat ball screen for him, and he gets lost. Cooper's going to get lost in the air here. And he's going to immediately, just that quick thinking, he's going to find this secondary roller for the trail opportunity. So he gets caught in the air here, realizes that there was a miscommunication. This guy should have been right there because Cooper would have gotten him the ball. But the ability to adapt and find that second option, like that's incredible. So watch this here again. Somehow manages to get that pass off. And again, it doesn't lead to a basket, but it leads to an opportunity, which is really all you're asking for. We got another foul here. Cooper, I think, got his first ticky-tack foul. But again, I don't know why we're doing this thing where Cooper just gets the ball, passes it back in, and it's just like he gets it back immediately. I'm not really sure what that's about, but that's like the second time I've seen that. And again, right there, really good patience right there. And is we going to get a 3? Yes, sir. So let's watch that pass again because this is pretty good too. Again, I won't pause as many times with other players, but with Cooper, I just want to watch these highlights again. So, gonna get the ball here and watch how he's going to pause, right? He ball fakes to the roller, sees that that's not there. And I think he's going to look off Devontae Shuler with a pass fake to number 35, and he's going to hit number 1 in the corner. Yep, so right there, he has to freeze Shuler, and he sees that wide open corner shooter, and it leads to another basket for Auburn. Again, just the gravity he has as a passer is just phenomenal. And it's all because of his eyes. It's not really because of his height. It's not really anything physical. It's just his mental game is so much stronger than his opponents that he can really just, carve them apart by just giving them a look. So here we go, Cooper, and again, that's pretty decent defense right there. It's about the best you're going to get from him. When he's just kind of like able to harass guys on the outer perimeter, then he's really able to be an impact defender. He'll get a lot of steals that way. He has pretty quick hands. But anything inside the three-point line, I'd worry about him. Looks like we're going to get another ball screen here. Nothing really going on. So here we got Cooper on the ball again. Now he's fading to the weak side corner. And again, I think he's a pretty smart basketball player. It's just more the physical that I worry about. Right there, not really doing much. Nothing really he can do. See how he attacks this. So Ole Miss is going back to that extended 1-3-1, like three-quarter court pressure. And you can see that's a dime. I have no idea how he got that pass up. I didn't even think that was good. I thought that was going to number one right here. But this is another example of where, I said this earlier, most players call for the ball when they are open. Sharife Cooper calls for the ball when other players are open, right? So he's thinking pass first, and this is a great example of it right here. So let's replay it. So Cooper's going to get the ball back from 23, and watch how he's immediately calling for the ball because he takes one quick look and he finds 35 open in the corner, and he calls for the ball. Bang, perfect pass right in the pocket, and it's just a catch and fire. Again, those are the types of plays that Cooper's going to give you. And so if he goes to a team that can hide him on defense, that can, survive without his shooting, I think in his role, like he could be very productive. And the one team that I think can really use him, the Los Angeles Clippers. That's kind of my perfect fit for Cooper if I had to pick. I think I've gone back and forth with a few of you guys in terms of comments, talking about how I think the Clippers are like perfect. Right there, you could tell he's bothered by the length, leads to a turnover. But the Clippers just have everything that Cooper, lacks. So it's just like a perfect marriage in my opinion. Got a little dead ball mishap, and Cooper's going to get the ball back here. So now it looks like Ole Miss back into a man. Let's see how he attacks this ball screen. So again, I think a lot of teams started to hard hedge Cooper and trying to, bother him with the length. Another really good pass here. Let's rewind it. So he's going to bring the ball up the floor, and, he's not going to be able to use this ball screen totally effectively, but he notices that this guy is sleeping in the lane, and number 23 is going to be open for a three, and Cooper just immediately sees that and fires a pinpoint pass, leads to another assist and another make. So you can see right here, so you can see he notices that this guy is committing to the lane, and he doesn't think that Cooper's able to make this skip pass to the right corner, but Cooper, obviously being the gifted distributor that he is, he's going to make that pass, late closeout, not really a good closeout either, and it's an open three, another make for Auburn. And so here we go, Auburn's in that zone again. I was talking, actually no, maybe it looks like a man, but no, it's a zone. So you could see, you could see Cooper kind of just playing in that center fielder type role. Just kind of just being tasked with like maybe get your hands on a pass or something like that. We're not really asking you to stop any guys one-on-one. Just do things that you're comfortable with, and that is just having quick hands, quick feet. That is a ridiculous pass. Holy shit. Okay, let's rewind this thing again. Okay, so this is a double bounce pass, right hand, pretty much a full court pass. Is going to get there somehow through this pocket. And let's watch this again because I am floored. Okay, so pretty good contest defensively, first off. He stayed straight up. He provided the amount of resistance that you would expect him to. So that's good to start off. And then he's going to get the ball from number 23. And right here, I don't even know what he sees. I think he sees this guy, streaking towards the basket, and Cooper's just going to fire a dart. Two bounce dart. That is ridiculous. And again, not like a great, in terms of just the overall, scoring opportunity there, not great. But again, it leads to a goaltend, I believe, and, that's just incredible. How many people have the balls to attempt that pass? I'd say less than 6 in college basketball this year. And Cooper just does it with pinpoint accuracy. That's ridiculous. How does that even get through? And you can tell that the Ole Miss guys, they feel like they can get a hand on the ball, right? But they just can't. It's in a perfect spot. And those are the types of passes where Sharife Cooper will make you shake your head and say why do I not have this guy top 15? So just awesome play as we end this first half and part one of this full game breakdown here. So again, you could see the zone. So you could see it's kind of like a 1-3-1 where this guy's up top, wing, and then Cooper's kind of in the middle. Not really tasked with guarding anybody in specific, just trying to tag any cutters in the middle of the lane, things like that. And now it looks like Auburn's back into a man. And that'll end the first half. So with that, I will pause this video, and I will see you soon for the second half. Thanks so much for watching. And if you enjoyed it, make sure to tell your friends. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to ask you to do that. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you soon for the second half and overtime. Remember, this game does go into overtime. Very exciting ending as well, so you make sure you want to, if you want to relive some regular season SEC basketball, I know that's everybody's favorite thing to do, make sure you check out part 2 of this video. It should be going up in the next few days. So thank you, and we will see you soon.